All right. Coaches, welcome back to Ball Talk here on YouTube. As you saw from the thumbnail, this is one of the all-time best offenses, I think, for just about any age group, with the exception of Princeton. Huge Princeton fan. But if you are running Princeton, a lot of times that's hard for younger groups to figure out. 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade boys, girls. So what I do is I have a kind of a series of that I call Scissor. And all the other teams that I've ran, this is a really good set, and you have really good options. And if you have some players that can't learn to kind of read and react just yet, but yet may not be able to run 6 or 7 set plays, or even 4 or 5 set plays, this is a really good option, and you have a couple different variations off of it. So I'm going to, according to y'all's comments, y'all prefer me just to draw it on a whiteboard. So before I set up the whiteboard and get all that set up, I will just draw here on the old coaching board that most of y'all have during games. But again, let me show you what this looks like. The best thing is you can implement it in one practice, and they get the concept of it once you explain. I usually call it scissors, whatever you want to do, and then sometimes I'll put a 1, 2, and 3 to it. You can change that up however you want to. If your team's really good at reading the defense or defenders, you don't even have to put a 1, 2, or 3. If your team is just starting out and they kind of struggle, you can call a 1, 2, or 3 from this. So let's take a look at it, okay? Tilt this down here. All right, so let's just do it this way. So on scissor, I have my 1 and my 2. Okay, a little bit darker. 1, 2, bringing it up the court. Okay, it doesn't matter because most youth sports here, you're going to have probably them trying to pressure the ball. So you have your 5 run back. Your 5 can be pretty much. Your 5 can pretty much be in any of this area up here. All right, I have 3 and 4. 3 and 4 there in the corners. Again, numbers are irrelevant. If you want to run positionless basketball, this works too. You just want to know, your people need to know who is in the center. Okay, so when they run through this, it's just a scissor cut. But I usually tell them that the person with the ball that gets an entry pass into the 5 will always run first. Okay, so they may pass that ball into the 5. 5 will have it. 1 will scissor cut through, almost shoulder to shoulder, and they'll kind of hesitate here for a second. And immediately after 1 goes through, 2 scissor cuts in, 5 hands off the ball, and 2 has a layup. Okay? Now, this is usually what you can just refer to as 1. Scissor 1, scissor 1. And it's designed for if you just want the first person to get the ball. If you want to call it scissor 2, scissor 2, scissor 2, hand it off to the second person, because once your defense sees this a couple of times, they kind of figure out you're going to go to either the first or second person every time. All right, so, but to make it easy, in some 4th grade, 5th grade girls games, you score 10 points and you might win. So again, every bucket counts here. So scissor 1, scissor 2. Then what I tell them, if 5 can't hand it to either one of these wings just come up. These wings or guards just replace. And so now I'll kind of clean this up just a little bit. So now what I have is 5 is still in the center. 1 and 2 are now here. 3 and 4 are now up top. And 5 just kicked it back out. 3 could reverse it. 4 could take it back down. And then it's just the same thing. Try to get the hand off, and then they rotate back up. That could just be a continuity for you. Okay? So if I called scissor 1, and I know everybody likes my sock that I use to clean the board with. Don't worry, I've seen some of you coaches out there. I know what y'all use a sock, a sleeve. You grab a kid's jersey. I don't know how some of y'all are out there. So again, 3, 4, 1, 2. Again, they can just scissor cut through, and I usually try to always tell them to hand it to the second person when we start off, so it would always be scissor 2. And then after a couple of those, I'd say scissor 1, the first person would get it. Then you have scissor 3. All right, so let's say you've ran this a few times. The defense knows what everybody's doing, and again, this is against a man-to-man. Defense knows what everybody's doing. So let them run through. And let's say 3 comes down here. 1 starts to head up. 4's already down through here. 2 starts to head up. Let 5 dribble over. Pass to 1. Set a ball screen. Let 1 drive in because 3's headed over. Let 5 pick and roll. Okay? Let me clean that up for you. So again, you've ran this a few times. We'll call it 1. So you've ran this a few times. So 4 has just cut through. They're down here. 3 has just cut through. They're down here. And 5 did not hand it to anybody. And 1 is headed up. Not too high, but let 5 throw it to 1. If your guys can do a dribble handoff, that's great. Do a dribble handoff here. If not, pass it, ball screen, let 1, because it should be right hand, so that right hand drive should be pretty good. Let 1 drive down. 5 will pick and roll with them. Okay, and remember, 3's already floated out and headed back up here. I'm telling you this right here, those simple 3 actions, the first one that cuts through gets the ball, the second one that cuts through gets the ball, the pick and roll from the side, and I'm telling you, those 3 actions are all you need for 90% of your game. That's it. Now, once you start getting into, let's say, 7th, 8th grade, I won't even say that. Let's just say you start getting into freshman and JV in high school, then you can add more variations to this. You can reverse it to get them to move, and then have them hit that. But anywhere from 3rd grade to 8th grade, this can be a huge part of your offense. All right, 3rd grade to 8th grade. And I know some of you are saying, Coach, you just said pick and roll. My boys or my girls can't run a pick and roll. All right, well, that's what practice is for. You know, every day in practice, we run just these 3-man drills. All right, 3-man drills. They have 3 people come down, and they practice pass and screen away, pass and cut, pass and pick and roll. Okay? So I hope that helps. I'm telling you, coaches, take that right there. You'll win a game next weekend just based off of that offense right there. And when you're in practice running it out of transition. It makes it so much easier when you do that when it comes to game time. All right, join our Facebook group in the bottom. We got coaches in there sharing information all the time. Visit the website. I've got a lot of my resources there, some free, some paid. So I'm just here to help any way I can to coaches out there. Just want to build your program and create a winning culture. All right, so for Ball Talks, Coach Smith signing off. Have a great day.